Hello, I'm Darren.
And I'm Debbie.
And welcome back to our channel. Today we have got the latest in our line of book hauls from our charity shops local to us.
Those of you wondering why I don't ban him going out, it's because he does bits for my mum in there. So
you like him as well.
I do, I do.
I've got books here for you as well. So it's like...
This is true, he did.
But yeah, so yeah. I know we've got hundreds already, but I mean, you can't say no to cheap books. Cheap books are good. Books are good.
I have come to the point now where I'm thinking I may not live long enough to actually read all the books that I've got to read. Especially since I have a nasty habit of rereading my favourites.
Yeah. As we also get 2 book boxes a month as well through, so we get books for them as well. And one of them this month we've got 2 books in it, so we've got 3 of them. But
I've never been one of those read it once and chuck it away or give it away sort of thing. It's only if they're a bit naff that I tend to get rid of them, and even then I may not read them all if they are naff. But... Right,
so we have got one for a Debbie one. Debbie likes period bits. She likes bits about war as well.
Yeah, my nan was at Bletchley. I'm very proud of that.
We've got Forgotten Voices of the Great War, which is this unique landmark history. Tells the story of the First World War in the words of the men and women who were there. Gripping, poignant, surprising and even humorous. The personal experience of these soldiers, civilians, marines and medics from both sides tell us what it was really like to live through what was supposed to be the war to end all wars. Skillfully assembled by acclaimed author and historian Max Arthur, using the IWM's remarkable sound archive, Forgotten Voices of the Great War became an instant classic on first publication, with close to 500,000 copies sold. Yeah. And it's done. It's done with each of the person's different bits about different things, the experience of different things, going through different years as well.
I think that history like it is important, and you know, people have a habit of romanticising certain things, and things were different then. And
but it's important. One of the bits that are important. It's like I say, if you don't remember history, it's got a chance of repeating itself.
Which it quite often does, to be perfectly honest.
Which we really wouldn't want another war like that, because that would finish everything. So yeah.
Not only that, I mean, that much pointless death, you know. But no, I mean, no, I'm looking forward to this as much as you can. I'll have to be in the right mindscape, because otherwise I sort of go down the dark tunnel of, you know, what a waste. But they were fighting for what they knew was right.
That's right.
Right. Now then, I'm going to pick up 4.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm picking up 4 is those of you also know or have watched different videos, I love my crime shows. So you've got Frost at Christmas.
Yeah, it's a touch of Frost. Crime one with David Jason.
Now I love my old detective ones and that, and I like reading them as well. Yeah. Hard Frost, Winter Frost, and A Killing Frost.
Yeah.
So he's looking forward to that.
Don't know if they have to go in any particular order.
No idea.
But yeah, so
we'll look into that
loves
usually.
Like Touch of Frost anyway. So yeah, so we'll see what the writing's like on it. It should be quite good. Hopefully. This
is it. I mean, there's going on what the TV series is like and everything else. It's lovely. It's, you know.
Yeah. And go on from that. We'll go on to another 3 that I got Debbie.
He does buy me books, you see.
Because again, she loves her period.
I love period dramas.
But she's not actually read these.
No, I haven't, because
Jane Austen, Pride and Prejudice. Everyone knows about that.
I mean, I read every Agatha Christie book I could get my hands on when I was younger.
Jane Austen, Sense and Sensibility. Well, Debbie's watched these numerous times with different adaptations. She's never actually read them. And you've got the Wicked Wit of Jane Austen.
Yeah, that looks good and all.
Yeah. We met Dr. Hall in such a very deep mourning that either his mother, his wife, or himself must be dead.
And so the thing about period dramas or anything going back in history and that, you have to take it as they were living at a time in a particular circumstance when things were normal and things weren't.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean we should attack anybody.
No. Right. What you got now?
I have got Freed. Now this is one of the 50 Shades, and I am quite unembarrassedly a fan of.
Yeah.
So
it was.
Sounds really cliche. Yeah, the erotic bits and all that is a bit fun to read, but if you take that out, it's quite a beautiful love story, and it's got some really good stuff going off as a sideline.
Freed was the third one.
And it's from Christian's View.
No, I saw it.
You did, didn't you? Because you said to me about it and then we couldn't find it anywhere.
Yeah, so I saw it ages ago in the supermarket and I couldn't find it anywhere.
No.
I was perhaps I imagined it then. But no, I found it in a charity shop.
But I'm really pleased actually because, as I said, it's got good stories besides it, and it is okay. You've got the eroticism and what have you, but it is a lovely love story.
Yeah, we've got my one to go up against that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I love
Darren
parody
likes
ones.
parodies.
Yeah, got 50 Shades of Grey. Hurt me, she begged, raising her skirt as she bent over the workbench. Very well, I replied. You got fat ankles and no dress sense. Colin Gray's life was happy and simple until the day everything changed. The day his wife read that book. Suddenly he was thrust headfirst into a dark, illicit world of pleasure and pain. This is the story of one man's struggle against the tide of tempestuous, erotic desire, and of the greatest love of all, the love between a man and his shed.
Now,
warning, this book contains graphic shed-based images. Don't look if you're easily offended.
Now, if you're younger, you may not know this, but you get man caves now and bits like that, but quite often a shed or a greenhouse was somewhere your grandfather or your dad would disappear to basically get out from the noise of kids and wives and what have you. It is what it is. I mean, they've made plenty of comedies about it through the years, sort of thing. But yeah, I mean, we try and look at things from every angle, and that's the best way to be honest.
They put on this rubber suit and mask, I instructed calmly. Kinky, she purred. Yes, I said. Plus, you can't be too careful with all that asbestos in the shed roof. Asbestos.
Now.
Yeah. But I like stuff like that anyway, so.
Yeah, he does. He likes the comedy versions of. Right, what have I got now?
What we'll do is move these quickly over there because you'll run out of space.
Display. Right, I've got Lewis Carroll's Alice Adventure in Wonderland.
Yes, we've seen the films. We've seen all the different bits on
Yes,
it.
we have.
I saw it there, and we've never actually read Alice in Wonderland.
Thing is, I mean, I've never been one for, I've seen the film, so I don't need to. It's usually, if it's quite nice actually having a look at the differences between. I mean,
I dread to think of the difference in between.
There is a huge amount of difference.
I think you'll find he was baked up his tits most of the time when he was writing that.
But this one's particularly nice. So it's
got some illustrations.
In it. You know, it's so I show you pages without illustrations. Yeah. But the point is that, you know, I may or may not get round to reading them, but then.
Oh well.
You know, it
it may not be any good. I
It
don't
may
know.
not be any good. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I've tried rereading the Agatha Christie ones, and the language and the way it was written, she was phenomenal. She had a phenomenal mind. She really did. But the writing style to what we have now,
it doesn't come up against it.
No, it doesn't.
It's a lot more difficult to read.
Yeah.
Than it was.
Don't get me wrong. If you haven't read them, give them a try. Because if nothing else, I mean, you know, different things go different places. But yeah. Right, what you got for us, babe?
Right, next I saw it there and I thought, well, I'll give it a go. Star Wars: A New Hope. I'm guessing it's been written on the film.
And that's a big difference.
What one I haven't got a clue, because it's obviously going to be number 4, A New Hope. Even though, because I'm an old git, when I actually saw it the first time, it wasn't called A New Hope. It was just called Star Wars. Because I saw it when it came out. Because yes, I am that old. But yeah, so I don't know how much of it's going to have in it because it isn't that long. So it could just really be abridged, if you know what I mean. So
we tried watching Cavern of Hope a few years ago, which is one of the Ewok films, and it was terrible.
Caravan of Hope,
yeah.
Caravan of Courage.
Caravan of Courage? Oh, I don't know.
Caravan of Courage.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Or if you don't worry about it because it's really not that good. But it's like anything, you know, I'm probably going to get Star Wars fans shouting at me. But, you know. Right. Yeah. Now this is, I am very, 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 very happy with when you came home with this. Because you may know, I've been rereading Harry Potter again. I know there's a lot of backlash, but I love the books and I refuse to give up on them. Yeah. Right.
Got Fantastic Beasts of Where to Find Them and Fantastic Beasts of Crimes of Grindelwald. The screenplays.
Yeah, I mean,
because they were never done as actual books. No, yeah.
But no, so you can see that they're. But the thing is, right? I've not taken to the Fantastic. I love the Fantastic Beasts and I like Newt in it, but I just can't. It just doesn't hold me as much. I think you know, me like everybody else was hoping to see Harry Potter and going into the Ministry of Magic and the weddings and things like that. There's so many bits I would have liked to very much have seen with that. Yeah.
The trouble is, a lot of these ones, things seem to have been shoehorned into them to try and get people interested in it.
I've seen all because J.K. Rowling also wrote Strike, and I've seen the programmes on that. In fact, I own them.
Yeah.
They're fantastic. What Casual Vacancy.
Yeah.
Now, I've read the book and I've watched the TV bit, and it is blinking good, actually. It's, again, a different way. I mean, at the end of the day, whether you like it or not, she's a bleeding good author.
Yeah.
And I think that's a full stop on that. She's a good author. I like reading her work.
That's nice. You can always go back and say, oh no, there's bits like that. And I say, if you got Shakespeare at school, and people go, well, Shakespeare was a racist. Shakespeare would have been. If you hold him up to today's times, Shakespeare was a racist.
Walt Disney was a Nazi sympathiser.
Yes, he was. And people can still go to Disney Plus. Grabbed another one. Grabbed another one of the middle grade ones. That looks a bit fun.
Yeah.
Skeleton Keys and The Haunting of Lunar Moon.
Lunar Moon, is that?
Yeah. It's greetings, my name is Skeleton Keys. Keys. Like that, it says, these fabulous fingers of mine open doors to hidden worlds.
Oh, that's a fantastic idea.
Join me for a chilling tale of the Lunar Moon, whose family are disappearing before her very eyes. Luna believes her ghostly granddad is to blame, but something even more mysterious lurks in the shadows. Something unimaginary. And it's got some illustrations in it and bits like that. It looks like a bit of fun. Looks like a bit of fun, could be a bit of like quite funny, and
Right, we've got one called The Fever Code. which is the origins of the Maze Runner series.
Yeah, it's the fifth book, or the second prequel.
I mean,
of the Maze Runner, which is, I think this one takes it up to. This one takes it up to the first film.
I love the Maze Runner series. I've not read the books yet.
No.
But I do absolutely love the series.
Well, we got in a previous one, you might say we got the previous 4 books.
Yeah.
And that was just the 5th one we needed. And it was there. Yay.
For the grand price of 50 pence.
Hey. I've got this one as well. It's another one of the films I like. So I thought how it go with on the books. Goodfellas.
I can't remember seeing it. I know I must have
The
done.
gangster one.
Yeah, I know what it is, but I just don't remember seeing it.
It's my favourite gangster film. But yeah, so it's. Well, I thought I'd see how it holds up on the novel version they've made of it.
Right. Now then, not just Harry Potter I'm obsessive about. I also quite like Game of Thrones. And I've got a few of these. This is the 3rd book, A Storm of Swords.
No, this is
Swords.
This is the third
book, part 1.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
yeah, because some of the books are in 2 parts.
I mean, I've read.
You've read the first book.
No, I'm most of the way through the first book.
No, you're on the second book now.
Am I?
Yeah.
Well, either way. Okay, so I'm on to the second book. The thing is, because at the moment the TV series has so tightly followed it, you can sort of see the pictures in your head as it's going on. It's really absurd, because most of the time books have to leave out things. In fact, if you haven't read Harry Potter but love the films, do, because there's so much that isn't in the films, but then they started adding in things that wasn't in the books, which is a little odd, to say the
But
least.
Game of Thrones deviates away from it as well.
Yes, apparently so. I have not got there yet.
No.
But, you know. But no.
Right. We have got, that we were saying about the neighbours at Bletchley Park, we've got...
She was, yeah.
Bletchley Park brain teasers. Which are ones that they... over 100 puzzles, riddles and enigmas inspired by the greatest minds of World War II. Would Bletchley Park have recruited you?
The thing is, it's really difficult because I don't know what department she worked in or anything like that. I've tried going on different bits and things like that. But the thing is, so much of it was hushed up.
Yeah,
and
so
when I got told about it, I was still quite young, so I wasn't really aware. And my nan died when I was 13. So, to be perfectly frank, I didn't get to ask her all the questions I would have liked to have done. Again, there's no romanticising war. People said they could trust better, but I've also read enough books to know the utter horror. So, you know, it is what it is. But don't just take things for what people tell you. Learn yourself is the best bit.
Yeah.
Right, I have got Philip Pullman. I still haven't watched the second series of Golden Compass yet.
No.
I'm looking forward to that. I keep putting it off because I know once I've watched it, I want the third one.
Yeah, we haven't watched these yet either.
Darren got me the DVDs actually.
Ruby and the Smoke. Yeah.
The Ruby and the Smoke. Now, this is another series that he wrote. I can't remember an awful lot about it because unfortunately my memory on certain things is, you know, it's not great. There's bits I know, but other bits where they fall out of my head because I'm not using them. But I remember that it was good enough that it pulled me into wanting to see the programmes.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's say, here we go. Sally is 16, uncommonly pretty. Her knowledge of English literature, French history, art and music is non-existent. Oh. but she has a thorough grounding in military tactics, can run a business, ride like a Cossack and shoot straight with a pistol. When her dear father is drowned in suspicious circumstances in the South China Sea, Sally is left to fend for herself, an orphan and alone in a smoky fog of Victorian London. Though she doesn't know it, Sally is already in terrible danger. Soon the mystery and the danger will deepen, and the rotten heart of it all lies the deadly secret of the ruby and the smoke. I read this because, or I didn't read this one, but I read other Philip Pullman ones, because I know there's a few Sally books. Because, no, as I said, I've read other Sally books, and I read them because they were Philip Pullman books. The bit on the back actually doesn't entice me that much, but they are really good. So, my opinion is really worth the read. Good books.
And while you're on the Philip Pullman bit, I also found this as well, which is Philip Pullman, The Adventures of the New Cut Gang. There was a terrible shortage of crime in Lambeth in summer 1894. But it's got all different stories.
It's signed.
It's possibly signed by him, or it could have been scored on by someone else. As it only cost me 50p.
And so either way, it looks a bit, because he is quite an unusual reader, and to be honest, I have to be pretty awake to read his stuff because it can get confusing at times. That being said, it's very good. But
Make the New Cut Gang: Benny, Thunderbolt, Birdie, and Peretti, and the Peretti twins. The greatest detectives since Sexton Blake. Who's passing counterfeit coins around Lambeth? Surely not Thunderbolt's dad, who's been arrested. And who's stolen the worshipful company of gasfitters' silver? With a little help from some colourful and not always willing accomplices, our heroes are soon blazing hot on the criminal's trail. Yeah. Oh, it could be a bit of fun.
Yeah, this is it. But no, I mean, I like his style. It's, as I said, quite often enough to be a bit more awake than I am usually.
And the last bit, one we got, was Transformers hardback graphic novel. It's part of the Hatchet Partworks collection. Open it up. Show you what it's like on the inside.
Show you what it's like on the inside.
Yeah, show me what it's like on the inside.
He does like his Transformers.
Robots in disguise. Or as my nan used to call them, Robats.
Robats.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's...
So my nan was works in Bletchley, and your nan couldn't say robots.
Robats.
And yet,
no, but she used to
Darren's got
she used to gum toffees together. Toffees of death with one tooth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in fairness, I mean, it just goes. We've all got our own strengths and weaknesses. I don't care if you think you're useless at everything
It was different
or
times.
nothing.
Well.
There's always things that people are better at or not. This is it. I mean, you take somebody that grew up in the time that your nan did or my nan did.
Yeah.
You know, the difference in stuff from then. I mean, the difference in stuff now.
Your nan was
remember
your
the
nan was
BBC computers.
I say your nan was at Bletchley. Bits like that. If you shoved a computer in front of her, she'd be totally screwed.
But no, I mean, I hope you enjoy that. I mean, it's
the showing of what kind of there were 2, 4, 6, 8.
You can say, "Oh, I'm not into reading," but there's always something out there, and it's always worth looking at. And you know, don't be afraid of history. Accept history as what it was, and you know, learn about it. It's interesting, even if it's about how chocolates used to be made at Cadbury's or something. You know, there's always something there. You know.
Yeah. So 22 books in this bundle. It's quite a nice one. Yeah, and Yeah.
And yes, I will be sending him out to the charity shops again because I do love the nice things he brings back.
Right. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, give us a like, give us a subscribe. If you didn't, there's plenty more stuff on here. Yeah. Until next time, have a good one.
And be different. And be happy.